Hi besties, welcome back to my channel.
Can't focus on me. Baby, can you focus?
I am so excited for today's video. We have a lot of good questions. Y'all really did y'all thing. So I am super excited to get into these questions. I think we have about like 25 questions to answer. So yeah. Before we get into the video, if you are new here, make sure you subscribe, like this video, comment down below if you want more sit down talk videos like this. I normally have been sticking to vlogs, but I can get into this if this is what y'all like. And make sure you turn on my post notifications so that you do not miss an upload from me. I do upload every Sunday. If I have something going on, it might get pushed a few days, but your girl has been very consistent with her Sunday uploads. Now, let me stop yapping because y'all know how I get. I wrote down all the questions here on my phone. So let's go ahead and just get straight into it. So question 1, how has living in Miami been and how's marriage life? Living in Miami has been good. I love it here. Y'all know I have talked about this before. I absolutely love Miami. When me and my husband first started dating, he made it clear that he was not moving to California because I am born and raised in California. And simply because I didn't like his tone when he said it, I was like, well, if you're not moving to California, I'm not moving to Florida. And then I came out here to visit and Miami. I'm not going to speak for all of Florida because I visited some places more central, northern Florida. It's not for me. But down here, I like it down here. I like it down here a lot. I think it helped, like, with my transition, it helps a lot that I was coming down here to visit a lot. Like, obviously, he was coming to Cali as well, but I wanted to be down here every month because I loved it here. I loved the connections I made. I love the friends I made. Like, I just loved it down here. The weather, they don't have no real winter. Like, I genuinely love it here. Marriage life has been good. As of today is Tuesday, so as of last Saturday, we officially made 9 months married. I hope that's straight. It is. Ignore the makeup on my hand. Oh my god, that's my eyeliner. It's been good. You know, the first, granted, we're still very much newlyweds. We're not even in our first year yet. I say the first 6 months were just interesting because we're trying to figure it out. It was our first time living with someone other than our parents. We both came straight from our parents' house to living together. So navigating that, me navigating a new city while also navigating being a wife, him navigating, you know, being someone's head. Like, it was interesting transition, but honestly, I wouldn't choose anyone else to do it with. Like, I feel like we be figuring it out. We've figured it out. Like, obviously, marriage has its ups and downs. Marriage is not easy, but when you're married to the right person, it's not hard in the ways that you think it is. Next question. What's your biggest shock post-wedding day? I would say one of them being that, like, because I planned my wedding for 14 months, I didn't think I was going to get the whole, like, post-wedding blues. But it hit me hard because it was like, I genuinely don't know what to do with myself. Like, when I was planning my wedding, like, I didn't have any hobbies. Like, my brain was constantly, plan your wedding. So I genuinely didn't know what I liked anymore. Like, I loved wedding planning. I loved planning my own wedding. Minus the stressful parts. Take those parts out, which is a lot of wedding planning. But take those parts out. I loved wedding planning. And that's what made me become a wedding planner because I just absolutely love this field. Another shock that you hear people talk about but you don't understand until you're in it is the switch up of people after you get married. It's very crazy, and especially me, I already have all these feelings because I'm away from something that I called home for, at that point, after I got married at 22. I'm 23 now, but I'm already away from everything I've ever known. I'm figuring out how to be a wife. I'm navigating a new city. Like, I have all these huge life changes. And people really just switch up. Like, the people that you thought was going to be there for you, switch up crazy. And sometimes you'll notice stuff that they were doing during that process that didn't really hit you until after the process was over. And then some of it happens after you're married. And it's a really big shock because it's the people that you least expect. First makeup memory. What was your, wow, I love this moment with makeup artistry? So I loved makeup like my whole life. I've loved makeup. I told you guys before in my life update video when we were talking about makeup how like I used to sneak my mom and my grandma's makeup. Although their shades didn't match me, I didn't care. I just wanted to play with makeup. I wanted some blush on. I wanted some lipstick on. Like, I loved makeup. I think it was around, I remember it was February of 2022, the month before I met my husband. I had done my makeup for, not the first time, but I like in my teenage years, up until that point of me, I was almost 20, so I was 19. I would only wear makeup for like important occasions. And when I say makeup, I mean like a little concealer under my eyes, powder all over my face, mascara, and some lip gloss. Like, I didn't understand makeup fully. Although I loved it, there was something that went into why I wasn't wearing it. But I remember I was going shopping with my sister this day. We were going to this outlet. We were ready to blow a bag, which we did. And I did my makeup. And I was just like, I remember I took a video of myself. And I think I posted it on Snapchat. And I was just like, I think I got this down. Like, it was, if I can find it, I'm gonna put it here. And like, looking back compared to what I can do now, very simple look, but I was so proud of that. And it was like, I need to figure out how to be better. So after that, I was trying look after look after look. At the time, I thought I was eating, and I was eating for the time being. I'm not gonna clock her tea because you did the thing, sis. For my little brother's graduation party, which was in 2023, I had done my sister's makeup because I was like, I think I want to get into this, but I want to like practice some more. I did her makeup. It ate, again, for the time being, of the knowledge that I had of doing makeup. And I was like, absolutely, this is what I need to do. So I paid for this makeup course, which I never finished because after talking to like some big makeup artists that are big in the bridal industry and everything now, that makeup course sucks. And they were like, I would have told you to never spend money on that. So I didn't finish it. I just kind of, I took that L, and it is what it is. And after that, it was just like, practice on people, offer your services, put yourself out there, practice on yourself. So I did spend like 2022 to 2024 were mainly practicing on myself. It was myself, my sister, and occasionally I'd have a friend here or there. I did have like 3 clients book me in that span. Like, it was more so just like, let me figure this out before I seriously start offering it. So I didn't really start offering makeup like I was last year, but because I was so focused on our wedding, business was just out the window. So it actually wasn't until I came to Miami that I was like, let me get serious about this and let me put myself out there. So I would definitely say that that was my wow moment. That day I did my makeup. Like, I remember I was just obsessed with my face. I was like, sis, you ate down. Like, you did that. You did that. You look like this. Yeah. Okay, next question. Besides family, what do you miss most about Cali? The Mexican food. The Mexican food. The tacos, the burritos, the quesadillas, the taquitos. All of it. All of it. Give me all of it. I need the guac. I need the pico de gallo. I need the sour cream. There's no authentic Mexican food here. I've had one good burrito at Tacos and Beer. That burrito was hidden. I did hear that Fort Lauderdale does have some good Mexican food. But regardless, it's never going to be California. I'm sorry, Florida, not to attack none of y'all. But y'all not going to do it like Cali can do it. And that's just what it is, unfortunately. Definitely Mexican food. Obviously, my friends. But like you said, besides family. So I'm going to include family and friends in that. But yeah, the Mexican food. I also miss the mountains. All right, next question. With long distance and religion, did you both practice abstinence until marriage? We did. We are very firm in our faith, and we really try to follow what the Bible says. So sex before marriage was completely out of the question. And of course, it takes discipline, and you have to have a strong relationship with God because that's a real commitment. But we did it, and I am so glad that we did it. I'm so glad that we stuck to it. So yeah, short answer, yes, we did practice abstinence before we got married. I watch your vlogs, and when you show going to work, what do you do for your 9 to 5? I'm so glad you watch. I be watching your vlogs too. I know who left this. I said all the answers. All the people were gonna be anonymous, but yeah. So for my 9 to 5, I'm currently off because it's summertime, but I do work as an ASL interpreter. I mainly only work in the schools because I prefer to only work in the schools, but I can do like community work as far as like doctor's appointments. I can't do court because I'm not certified, but basically anything else that don't got nothing to do with law I can interpret. But I just love the school setting. So right now work is very slow because obviously schools are out, but we'll be right back at it. We'll be back at it. And I'm sorry if y'all getting annoyed at me doing this. It's ingrained in my brain now, so I apologize in advance. Since moving to Miami, what's your new skincare routine? So I've still been trying to get it down. I don't know what's been going on with my skin, but I have been having a lot of breakouts on my cheeks. I haven't figured it out. Like, I changed my pillowcases. Obviously, my hair doesn't touch my face, so I don't know if it's stress. I don't drink anything really other than water. I drink alcohol like occasionally because I'm not even a big alcohol drinker. And it's funny, even after I drink, I won't have a bad breakout. I just get breakouts randomly. So we're trying to figure that out. I don't know if it's birth control, but currently I am using the CeraVe facial cleanser. I use this retinol. I'll use it occasionally. I ran out, so I don't use it as much, but I was using this retinol duo under eyes and then the serum on my face. I would only use that at night. During the day, I use my e.l.f. moisturizer and my Black Girl sunscreen. I do need to get another vitamin C serum because I did run out, but on rotation is my CeraVe, my e.l.f. moisturizer, and my Black Girl sunscreen. Do you and your husband want children? If so, how many? And if not, why? So yes, me and my hubby do definitely want kids. He wants 4, but I don't know where them 4 kids are gonna come out of because it's not me. It's not me. It's not me. I'm not giving birth to 4 children. So my number is 2 to 3, but he doesn't like odd numbers, so it's gonna be 2. Yeah, so we for sure want 2. For sure want 2. Twins run very deep in my family, but we don't want kids right now. So whenever you hear me talk about like, I don't want no kids, or when people are like, when are you having kids? I'm like, oh, why would you ask me that? We do not want kids right now. I'm 23, he's 25, he'll be 26 this year. And that's just not where we are in life right now. Like, of course, it's never perfect when you have kids. In some situations, it can come out that way, but you just have to be realistic. And I don't want to raise a kid in our, like, current situation. You know, we moved back with my in-laws so that we can save for a house. And this just isn't the right situation to be thinking about bringing kids into right now. So, right now, the answer is no. I can't speak for our future selves because we might get to the point we've talked about between my ages of 28 to 30, we'll start having kids. But we also, like, around 27, my age is 27, we want to start doing family planning. So, you know, completely cutting out alcohol, cutting out anything that's not good for our bodies, you know, getting our egg and sperm count tested. Like, we want to do all that so that we can be our healthiest once we do decide to start trying to get pregnant and for me to carry the baby. Because we both, you know, people always put all the pressure on the woman, but it really takes 2. And I'm hearing more and more about how, like, the man really has an effect on the woman's pregnancy based on how healthy he is. So even he agreed. He's like, no, once it's time, like, we want to give our kids the best chance. And of course, you can never guarantee anything, but we want to try our best to make sure our baby's healthy, make sure that we're healthy, and, you know, everything is good. So we're hoping we can stick to our plan. Of course, life happens, and if we're blessed with a baby, which I hope not, I hope it's not anytime soon, but if it happens, you know, life is life, you figure it out. But that's not in line with our plan, and we are very, very firm and sure of our plan. What's your favorite thing about Miami, and what do you miss most about the city you're from? My favorite thing about Miami is there's always something to do. And I don't just mean like going outside and having fun. Like, if there's a class you want to take, if there's like, you can't be bored in this city. And it's also so easy to network here. Like, when I tell you I've never networked so much in my life, I thought I was awful at it until I moved here. And it's just so easy because you meet so many like-minded individuals. So I definitely say that's one of my favorite things. And being like 20 minutes from the beach, being able, like, especially where we're currently located, we're 15 to 20 minutes away from everything we want to do. So it's like the perfect location. We're far enough from everything where we're not in the craziness, but we can go to the craziness. We can go to the chill parts. Like, there's just so much to do. The possibilities are literally endless. So the city that I moved from, I'm not gonna lie, I don't miss anything about that city. We have only lived there, well, when I say we, I mean me and my family, in that city for 4 years. We had lived there before when I was little, but there's literally nothing to do there. Like, the closest Target is like 25 minutes away. Like, there's nothing. There's a Walmart. There's like a handful of restaurants. That's pretty much it. Now, where we used to live, which was the IE, Inland Empire, there was more to do there. But again, and I hate to say this because people are like, oh my God, you just like Miami because your man likes Miami. No, you don't understand until you live here. So there's not much that I miss minus the Mexican food, the mountains, my friends and family. Like, there's not much I miss. I'm not gonna lie. 3 must-have hygiene products for the girls. Definitely a good face cleanser. And I don't know if this is just wanting me to be like just general or specific. A smell good lotion, because a smell good lotion will literally, like, putting that on first and then using whatever scent you're gonna use, and make sure it complements the scent you're gonna use. So definitely a good facial cleanser, because you need to be getting into them pores. A good quality lotion that also smells good, and some type of exfoliator, because you know, if you shave, if you wax, if you nair, if you laser, you're still prone to ingrowns, unfortunately. That's just the human body. There's nothing wrong with you if you have ingrowns. You need a good exfoliant. So whether that's like a sugar exfoliant, whether it's you're using like, what's it called? A dry brush to exfoliate. Whether you're using an African sponge net. Is that what it's called? African net sponge, I think. You need something to exfoliate your body. Please make sure you're exfoliating. Don't exfoliate every shower though. There are rules to exfoliating. But please exfoliate. If I just had to give 3, those are the 3 that I could think of off the top of my head. Obviously there's a lot more, but definitely a good facial cleanser, a good lotion, and an exfoliant for your skin. Now let's see. All right. This person said, girl, yes, birth control. I don't like it, but I also don't want kids. If you're on it, what do you think? I have a lot of thoughts about birth control. I am on birth control. I've been on the pill for 1.5 years. And I don't think it's for everybody. I'm going to be honest. Now, there are so many different forms of birth control, because you have the combo pill, you have the pill that just has one hormone, you have all the different forms, the patch, the next I forgot how you say it, but the one that goes in your arm, you have that one. You have the IUD, you have the copper IUD, you have, I believe it's plastic IUD, you have the ring, you have, like, there's a lot of different forms of birth control. So my thoughts on birth control is, 1, before you get on anything, get your blood work done. Go have a physical, please. We love avoiding the doctor, but although we may feel something's going on with our body, or we might not even feel something going on with our body, and we're just, you know, going about life, and something could be really wrong. So go to the doctor, please. Get your lab work done. have them check certain levels. There are certain levels. So like I said, I might still make a separate video to go a little bit more into detail about my experience on birth control and everything. But make sure, because some people are extra sensitive to estrogen. And so if you have too much estrogen, it can cause, you're at more risk of a stroke. You're at there's a lot more. So get everything checked so you know where your body is. If you're thinking about getting on it, you literally just it's unfortunate, but you don't know until you're on it what's going to work for you and what's not going to work for you. Thankfully, the pill has been pretty good to me. I don't have too many complaints. I have some, but I didn't have some people have awful symptoms. I personally haven't experienced that. I do think it has slowed down my metabolism, but it's been gradual. It wasn't just wait, you're about to gain some weight. Wait. I do think it's been gradual, and I do think I have seen, because I have the extra hormones in my body, certain body parts have grown a lot. Some that I'm happy with, and some I'm I'll make a video fully explaining my experience on birth control and the ups and downs I have had. But I do think in some sense it can be helpful for women, but it should never be used as a band-aid. I got on birth control because I don't want kids. But I also told my husband when I got on it that I would only be on it for 3 years, which means end of next year, basically I have another 1.5 years on it. And then I want to give my body a break because I don't want to be on it too long, because being on birth control too long causes extra problems, and I just don't want that for my body. I like being in tune with my body. I like knowing what's going on. I like to be in control. And birth control does, in a sense, kind of take that away. So I just want to make sure I get my control back before it's too late. What was the adjustment like for you going from living with your parents to being married young? It was definitely interesting because although obviously I worked and I had responsibility living with my parents, there were just certain things are going to be there and are going to be done. For instance, there may not have been something in the kitchen that I wanted to eat, but there was food to eat. When me and my husband went to living on our own, food don't just appear, you gotta go get it. So it's those small things. I loved living alone. Although living with my in-laws is cool, I can't wait to get back to living on our own, because it's beautiful, especially when you're with your partner, your best friend. It's definitely beautiful just having your own space. It's very peaceful, but there is a lot of responsibility that comes with it. Like I said, it's the small things that you don't realize that your parents do for you or whoever you live with. And then once you go on your own, you're like, oh, that kind of just doesn't. When I close this fridge and open it again, it's gonna be the same thing that was there before. It's not gonna I can't just go to the room for an hour and come back and be like, oh, she went grocery shopping. No, I'm the one that has to go grocery shopping. Yeah. I came from living with a house full of people. We now live back with his family, but from a house full of people. So sometimes it would just be too quiet. Overall, I loved it. I absolutely loved it. There were definitely adjustments. What helped you to clear your skin? Unfortunately, my love, I'm trying to figure that out again. Before I was able to drink some water. I drink some lemon water. I would just cut out sugar and soda, and then my skin would clear up, and then I'd be fine again. That doesn't work now. So when I do figure it out, I'll let you know. This is another question about birth control. I kind of did answer. I'm still gonna ask the question, but I did pretty much answer this, and like I said, I'll go into it deeper in another video. But how has your experience been with birth control, and any advice for it? So like I said, I'll answer very quickly. My experience has been pretty good overall. I'd give it if I had to rate it on a scale of 1 to 30, 30 being the worst thing ever, and well, no, I'll do it the other way. 1 being the worst thing ever and 30 being the best thing ever. I'd give it a 14. I'd give it a 14. It's not 15 because it's not right in the middle of the worst and the best. Has been my experience on it, and that's just because it's hormones in your body. So you already experience a lot as a woman. Then you add more hormones to that, and it's just, yeah. How has it been adjusting to marriage? As far as now having all these responsibilities you may not had before marriage. I get married next year, and though I'm looking forward to it, it also makes me nervous. Fellow JW girl, hey boo. When you work as a team, in my experience, it makes the adjusting period so much easier because you have to remember you might be going through things as far as like having a tough time adjusting, but so is your partner. And so when you communicate and you just work through those things as a team, and you don't just talk like, hey, I know you probably didn't realize you did this, but I don't like when you do X, Y, and Z, or I would appreciate if you did X, Y, and Z. It's those small things that you might be like, oh, I don't want to bug them, that really makes a difference, and you just learn how to work as a team. As far as responsibilities, there are a lot of responsibilities that come with being a wife, but I feel like I always had that little, like, you know, some people would just have that mom in them. People have always told me, like, you're going to be a great wife and mom, because I just, like, that's just how I was raised. So certain things really just came naturally to me. Following the principles in the Bible. So many Bible principles that, like, sometimes when we're having a tough time, I gotta go read my Bible because, God, I'm really frustrated with this man right now, and I need some help on how to handle the situation. Or, you know, he said this about me and I don't know how to fix it because I didn't think anything was wrong. Like, those are the times you really have to say it this way. Let me say it this way. Marriage is like holding up a double-sided mirror to each other like this, and your partner's on the other side. It's going to reveal all your flaws. And people, it's very easy to just point fingers at your partner, everything they're doing wrong, and not realize what you're doing wrong as well. So, like I said, communication is the most important thing. Being willing to take what your partner says not as an attack on you, but, you know, taking what they say and trying your best to change that or to accommodate it. And compromising, communication and compromising, the two C's are almost the exact keys to it. Mine is God, communication, and compromising. You got those three, and I promise you're gonna do it. And also, being nervous is perfectly fine. Like, it's literally a whole new journey. People get nervous when they're about to start college or when they're graduating college because there's a next step. People get nervous when they're about to become a parent, when they already have a kid, they're about to have a second kid. Getting married is another life change, so it's okay to be nervous. But when you prepare yourself and you and your partner talk about the things, if you're nervous about something, talk to your partner about it now, because me and my husband had very, very intense conversations before marriage. You have to talk to your partner about these things. So when I would be like, babe, I'm feeling this way right now, and this is before marriage, we talk about it and we figure it out together. Remember, you're no longer your own person when you're, let me rephrase that, because I'm definitely my own person and he's his own person. But you guys are one. And it's not easy. It's not easy to become one because you're literally two different people. You were raised two different ways. Like, you're trying to have, when they say become one, it's not you guys are like, you know, you can't be your own people, but it's just how you move as a unit. You're taking these two separate brains and trying to make them one. So, okay to be nervous, but communication will be your best friend. What is one thing you love about Miami and one thing you hate? I love being close to the beach and I hate the traffic. Simple. Did birth control have an effect on your weight? So, like I said before, I definitely do think it has slowed down my metabolism, because before, I used to be able to drop weight like this. Like, I would gain weight, but I'd be able to drop it fast. Now, yeah, no, it's not happening. It's not happening like that. Tips for getting through the first year of marriage. Communication. Communicate. Like, I can't emphasize it enough. Have your time away from each other. You don't have to be under each other 24/7. Give yourself time to miss each other. Have your own hobbies outside of your partner, but also be interested in your partner's hobbies. Understand that you're not going to look at that person every day and just be like, oh my God. Sometimes you're going to look at them and you're going to want to punch them. That's okay. That's a part of life. Like I said before, you're becoming one. It's not easy, and it doesn't happen overnight. Compromising on things you can, and if it's something that's hard for you to compromise, communicate. Like, oh my God, if people would just communicate. Like, and I'm not saying don't belittle your partner. Think before you say things to your partner. And again, we're imperfect, so things are going to happen. You're going to slip up. You're going to make a mistake. Try your best not to do that, though, because remember, your partner is a person. They have feelings as well. So yes, they might have hurt your feelings. Half the time, my husband doesn't even realize. And like I said, my husband is amazing. Like, I love my husband so bad. But there's sometimes I'm like, babe, what made you do this? And he's like, dang, I ain't even peep I did that. My bad. But I've been mad over it inside for the last 3 days, and he's just going about his life. And I'm like, oh, okay. Whole time he's like, babe, my bad. Like, I really didn't know. Won't happen again. It's like, oh, I should have just said that. Then got it. Give your partner space to still be themselves. Let him go with his boys. Go have a girls' night with your girls. Go, still do the things that make you happy. Find things to do together. Find, like, obviously, I'm gonna assume, because y'all are married or getting married, that y'all already have similar interests and things you like to do together. Keep that up. Keep yourself up for that man. Make sure your man keeps himself up for you, in the sense of, if when y'all was dating, there were certain things you did for date night, you got real cute, do that same thing. Don't switch up. Well, you're married now. We're married now, so it don't matter. No, girl. You got to keep that man on his toes. Spending time together. Like, and I don't mean sitting next to each other and scrolling on your phones. Like, real quality time. Talk to each other. Talk. Like, talking. Literally. Talking. Finding things you like to do together. Having your own time apart to still be yourselves. Because marriage isn't your personality. It's something you decided to do for your life, but it's not your personality. Those are some of the tips. And like I said, we're still getting through our first year of marriage. We're only 9 months in. But so far, those have been the things. And when, like, my mental health is like, so, helping him understand how to navigate when I'm experiencing those things. And, sometimes it's, babe, I just need to be by myself. Respecting each other's space. Like I said, you don't gotta be up under them, and you don't want to. Every time, my man is with his friends right now, and they're just watching the Panthers game, the hockey game. By the way, I hope we won. By the time I edit this video, y'all will know. So if we did win, I'm gonna put up here, go Panthers, and y'all better comment it down below. I didn't want him to leave. I didn't, because man, I want to be with you. But he's going to come home after that. And I'm glad that he's able to get out and he can have his time with his friends. As a young woman, I'd like to know, is marriage, aka having a man in your life, exhausting or feel like you're being held back? And how do you take care of down there? Thanks, Spooky. No, marriage and relationships should not be exhausting. If it's exhausting, go ahead and get rid of that person, because they should be adding to your life, not taking away. If you feel like your relationship is exhausting, I'm sorry to break it to you, it's not the one for you. And I know you don't want to hear that. It's not the one for you, though, sis. It's not the one. If it's a guy watching this, she's not the one for you, okay? Let it go. Let it go. For me personally, I'm not exhausted at all. Exhausted in the sense of we're always on the go, because we have so many, we're building our business together, and we're always doing something. I'm exhausted in that sense, but exhausted from my actual marriage and my relationship, absolutely not. It's not. But like I said, if it does feel that way, or if you're ever in a relationship and it feels that way, if it's a friendship, I don't care. If something is exhausting and it's not something, you're not exhausted because, I went to the gym and I'm just, if it's not something that's bettering you, your marriage and your partner should be pouring into you, and vice versa, you should be pouring into them. It shouldn't be something that drains you. My tips for taking care down there: drink your water. If you're prone to UTIs, I used to be prone to UTIs growing up. Drink your cranberry juice, and not the ocean. Is it ocean? Breathe ocean. My brain is not working today. Y'all know the one I'm talking about. Being 100% all natural. cranberry juice, take the cranberry tablets, probiotics, pre and probiotics. And I know you're probably like, what that got to do? It keeps everything healthy down there, sis. Clean yourself. How you decide to clean yourself is how you decide. I know some girls are like, I don't use soap down there because that's for y'all. I'm gonna use some soap because just like I clean the rest of my body because it gets dirty, I'm gonna clean this girl. Now I don't use scented soap. No scented soaps down there because that's not that healthy. But some soap, a rag, and some water. Absolutely. Don't go inside. Don't enter that with the soap. It's only for outside. Okay. Our vaginas are self-cleaning systems, organs. Don't do too much, okay? But drink your water. Drink your water. Drink your water. I can't emphasize drinking water is so important. The second I don't drink water, I start feeling that UTI. It be, I'm here. Absolutely not. If you do get a UTI, go to the doctor. Go to the doctor. I know you're going to try to do all these at-home things. It can cause you to become septic. I know because it almost happened to me, okay? Your girl almost died from UTI before. Don't. If you're feeling pain in your kidneys, but you don't, because sometimes people are like, well, I wasn't burning down there. That was me. The last one I had, which was like 2 years ago. My back was hurting so bad. I was crying in pain. My sister left her house to drive me to the ER just for them to tell me, ma'am, how long have you had this UTI? UTI? No, I know what UTIs feel like. UTI, it burns. You feel like you have to pee all the time. I didn't have none of those symptoms. So if your kidneys are just hurting, if you're having this back pain on both sides of your back, it was mainly on my left side, but if you're having this back pain, go to the doctor. They literally told me if we're to have waited a few more days, I would have gone into septic shock from a UTI. It's that serious. Drink your water. Please drink your water. What's something you didn't realize was important in a marriage that you realize now? How important it is to still be your own person. Because hubby and I were long distance up until 10 months ago. We were in a long distance relationship. I was in Cali, he was out here. And so obviously we were on FaceTime all the time. Anytime that we could be on FaceTime, we were on FaceTime. Because that was the only way we can spend time with each other. We can't do real dates. We can really only spend time with each other in person. When you fly out here, or I fly out there. But once we got married and we were in each other's faces all the time, it was like, this is a little different. Like, I'm used to talking to you all the time, but like, we're married now. I live here. Having time to be your own person. And I applaud my husband because that's one thing he stayed true to. It was me that struggled with that a little bit because like, babes, what do you mean go do something without you? We're married. But it's so important, even for your marriage. It's important for your marriage. It's important for your partner. It's important for you, your mental health, his mental health, her mental health, whoever. It's so important to still be yourself, to still have that time away from your partner because you're still a person. And if you're not pouring into yourself, how can you pour into your man, sis? How can you pour into your woman, man? Last question. What's one lesson marriage is teaching you so far? One thing that marriage is teaching me is that, and this is like a lesson, it's teaching me about myself. I have a lot more problems internally than I knew I had. And it's because marriage literally holds up a mirror and points out all your flaws. It points out all your partner's flaws. And so there's so many things that's like, I want to work on this, not only for myself, but I want to work on this for my partner. I want to work on this for our marriage. And vice versa. He feels the same way. So it's definitely teaching me that, like, you thought you were good in all these sentences, you're not. But it's okay. It's okay because I married a man who's patient and willing to work through those things, to allow me to work through them and also help where he can, and vice versa. He's willing to work on things and I'm here to help him through it. So it's definitely just holding up a mirror to my face every day. And I just be like, oh, okay, not too much. As good as I thought I was, I'm not. I'm not. It's definitely, marriage is very humbling, but in the most beautiful way. That is all of my questions. I thank you guys so much for leaving me your questions. We'll definitely be doing this again because I really enjoy these videos. If you did enjoy it, make sure you like and comment. And again, if you are not subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on my post notifications, besties, so you don't miss these videos because we have fun over here. I love you all. Make sure you also tap in with me on all my other social media pages so you don't miss a thing. Everything is down in the description box below. And I will be seeing y'all next time. Bye, besties.